Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today is our third and final video in our small series called Keeping It Simple. If you haven't watched the first two videos, I will have them linked at the end of this video. Okay, so for today's video, we're going to do a Christmas layout. Christmas is, again, one of those themes where we have a lot of photos, and so maybe we want to just get some pages just done and into the book. And that's when keeping your layout simple comes in handy. And so that's what we're going to do today. And we're still focusing on the simple border like we did in the first two videos. Okay, so the layout's going to be similar, but definitely not the same. Okay, so let's look at the papers that I'm going to use in today's layout. And they come from the Joy to the World collection. This is Creative Memories Christmas collection from last year, 2021. And as of the filming of this video, which is July 2022, this collection is still available. Okay. Okay, so what we have for today's layout is I'm going to use two pieces of this beautiful green paper as our background page for both sides of the layout. Okay. And then I brought in two additional pieces, which is this beautiful white poinsettia flower paper and this navy tone-on-tone paper. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do is going to bring in my 12-inch trimmer, and we're going to cut our borders. So we're going to change it up ever so slightly today. We'll start with the poinsettia paper. Our first cut will be a 4-inch strip. And then our next cut's going to be a 2.5-inch cut. And then we're going to save the rest of this to make mats later on. Okay, so we're going to do things a little bit different. The first one, we did our border at the top. Video number 2, we did it at the bottom. And so you guessed it, today we're going to do it at the sides. Then what we're going to do is, in the first video, we used a border punch to create a border. And then in the second video, you'll recall we used a border making cartridge to finish off our border. But today we are going to go right into border stickers. Okay, so we want to keep in mind, to keep things as simple as possible, we want to really utilize our tools and our stickers and embellishments, right? So using the punches and the border making cartridge both made the layout come together super quick and super easy, but so do border stickers. These stickers did not come with Joy to the World. They came with the Prismatic sticker pack. But I'm going to pull in this red, and I'm going to put it right over here on the sides of each one. Okay, that way it's going to pull out the red that's in our pattern paper. Let me show you how I'm going to arrange the photos. Having our very simple border allows us to have all this room in between. Even when we're going to add a border strip, it's only going to be a portion of that. Okay, so we still have a wide open space to put our pictures. So I have one vertical photo that I would really like to keep as close to a 4x6 as possible. And then I have some that I can cut. I can cut this one down into a 4x4. And then my idea is to have photos going down right here. And I'm not sure what size I'm going to make those yet, but it's going to be something like that, going down in a row. And then over on this side, I'm going to have, let's see, we want that one. I want to try, I can trim a little bit. On all of these, I can probably trim a little bit. So let's see. And in fact, I'm going to trim off so that I have some room in between. Okay, so that's how my layout's going to look. So let's bring in the personal trimmer and get these trimmed up. Let's see. I trim off. So if you've been following along with this series, I hope that you are getting some pages done. I sure have. I'm very happy that I'm gonna have a total of 6 pages done now, right? So that's gonna be really nice. I am gonna trim this one a little bit. Okay. And this one will be a 4x4. Let me grab my template. So the template just helps me line up where I can cut and what's still going to be in my photo. Let's see, a 4x4 is going to be a little big. Let's see what else we have. If we go down to a 3x3, might be a little small. So let's try a 3.5 by 3.5. There. That was easy. Now let's see if we're so lucky on this other side. I'm gonna try and do 3.5, knowing that my mat will be about 1/4 inch around it. Okay, let's hold off on that one and come back to here. Okay, so we said 3.5. Okay. We will have a little bit of room. We have room for mats. That's perfect. I feel like I should make them a little bit shorter. So one more time with that personal trimmer, we'll do this. And then, so the thing about the pots on here, yeah, I got that as a Christmas gift this past Christmas. But the funny thing is, it just appeared on the counter. We were like cleaning up. The pots and pans were put there, and then the decorations were put there. And all of a sudden I turn around and I'm like, oh, what a nice picture. So I took a photo of that really quickly. So it's funny where inspiration comes. I just want them all to be the same size. So that's why I'm lining them up. With this trimmer, we can only go to 5 inches. So, okay, let's put that over there. There, I like it. And I like that. So let's decide on our mats. Now, I do like the reverse side of this. And we have the red coming in with our border stickers over here. So the border sticker is going to be here. So I would like to incorporate some of this red. Let's find out how much we have. And we have about 5.5 inches. Let's go ahead and cut it right in half, 6 inches, and I'll get at least one on each page. Okay, and I'll have to trim those down according to the photo. So let's bring in the blue. The blue is going to be used for photo mats, and I know for sure I want all of these to be on a photo mat. So these were 3.5 inches. So we're going to do 3 3/4 inch for the mats behind those. Okay. So it's going to be like this, and like this. Okay, this one will be on red. So let's see what we have here. So this one will need to be a 4-inch mat. Yep, gorgeous. And then let's see what else. I think this one here in the middle will be our other red one. So we did that to 3.5. So we'll do this to 3 3/4. Let me just double check because I don't want to make a mistake. I don't have any more of this paper left. But I am very happy that I'm going to use both sides because I do love both sides of that paper. So that worked out great. Okay, so what I have left is to get these 3 matted, and I think I'm going to have plenty of paper here. Let's just make sure. And we will. So one more time with our trimmer. These were at, we'll just eyeball it. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go slightly bigger because I could always trim it down if I want to. I don't want to have to try and figure out how to add to it. That will take away from our whole let's be simple approach. Okay, so these were 3.5 inches. So that made that easy. Okay, so I know I have to go up to 3 3/4 for this one. And then for this last one, I think we kept this one at a 4x4, didn't we? Which I'm going to keep as a 4x4. So I want to do 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. There we go. So we have our mats in place. We have our border. We're going to put down our border sticker. So let me go ahead and get all this adhered down as well as the border and apply that border sticker, and I'll be right back. So I have everything adhered down. I have my border strips, the border sticker, and all the photos are matted and adhered to the background page. Okay, so next thing is, where would I journal? I probably won't have a lot of journaling on this, if I have any at all, because this is just going to be in my family album. And at this point, we would already have in there decorating the tree and the other events leading up to Christmas. But if I was, I can journal right here, and I could even overlap that photo because I have some extra space there. I could even maybe mat this on a little piece of this leftover red that I have. I also can journal over here. Same thing. I could always mat it. There's just a lot of different areas. Anywhere on the border I could mat. You could even do it sideways if you wanted. But let's just say I'm going to put it right over here. So then where would I put my embellishment clusters? I feel like I have a lot of room on this page, so I probably will put one, my biggest one will go right over here somewhere. And then my medium size one or another, fairly good size one will go right up here. And then I will put a smaller one down here. So if I have journaling, I would have it touching my journaling. And if not, I would just put it like that down here somewhere, because I have this open space on that page. Okay, so what are we going to do for embellishments? I still have some of the scrap paper left, which I would like to incorporate probably some more of this blue. And I do have embellishments that went with this collection. So I tried to separate the floral or greenery type things here, and then some of the other icons in this category over here. I'm leaning more towards using the florals and the greeneries because of the pattern paper that I picked here. And I do have the gems that came with it as well. Let's see. I know I have some floral clusters in here somewhere. So here's a big one. So I would do, it feels pretty thick, something like that over here where the big one was. And then the medium I would put over there. Now, right away, I could tell you, I feel like it's getting lost in here because of the florals. So I want to bring in some kind of a base to put as my underneath my clusters. And I think what I'm going to do is bring in my custom cutting system, because that's a pretty simple way to quickly make a base. Okay, let's see, take these out. I'm leaning toward a circle, but I don't want a big circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the small circle with the red blade on the outside, and I'm going to cut a half of circle. How big do I want? I want my flower. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do about that big. And I did not line it up correctly. Let's try that again. I think I have room. I'm going to want 2 of these, so I'm hoping that I have room here. Make sure I'm saving some. I'm right there because this blade will do the whole entire outside. I might be able to cover that other one up, actually. Let's see. You see, I lost my flowers in here. Yeah, I'm not going to use this one. I might save it for another project. So my idea is to bring the half circle over here. I'm going to cut 1 more. I want it to relatively be the same size. It doesn't have to be. Okay. Now we have 1 for each side. Okay. Let's see. Maybe move this one down a little bit so it's not exactly at the top. The one over here on the right-hand side. So what I would like it to do is to tuck underneath my border strip. See if I could raise that up ever so slightly. If I can tuck it in. Yeah, it's always good if you have your embellishments planned out before you stick your border sticker on. Okay, so yeah, I like it like that. Maybe I can even go a tad lower, maybe. So yeah, you see how that kind of brings in the same colors as I'm already using, and it gives me a perfect base for my cluster. So the same thing will happen over here. I will tuck it underneath the red. Okay, so let's continue to work on this one here on the right. Okay, so let's see what else we had in here. I'm not sure I'll be using the trees at all. I like the trees, and I like the fact that they have some blue on it. Okay, let's hold off on that. Let's try some greenery. We have these little berries, which are cute because this one has some berries over here. Let's try a different color green because the green leaves match the green leaves there. We have this red one. I like that. I like how the gold kind of just accented that, and I probably will pop that up onto some foam tape. Okay, so let's go over here to this page. Let me move this out of the way, and let's get, so this all-purpose tool, I just slid it underneath the border sticker and slid it down just to loosen it up. So I tuck the circle underneath. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. Let's see. We had this red one here, so I'm kind of looking at this white one. I wish there was 2 of those red ones, but there's not. So I'm going to do something like that. Again, that one will get popped up onto some foam tape. And we have some greenery. Let's see. That one's really big. And let's try this one because it kind of looks like pine cones, and it also looks like, there we go. I have other piney needles sticking out. So yes, I like that, and I like that one. Let's see, we still have this area over here. Let me see. I'm thinking now to bring some gold in. There's a lot of, this one's kind of cute too. Okay, so what I want to do here is I'm thinking of doing some banners. Let's see. I brought my 3-in-1 banner punch out. You know, we want to always keep in mind our tools. What's easy? What do we like? I like my tag punch that I used yesterday, and I really like this ribbon punch as well. It's also very easy to cut a ribbon if you don't have this punch. Okay. And cut ourselves a banner. So what I'm thinking is down here to give us a banner somewhere like a base for our embellishments, because we have blue here, so I didn't want to use blue. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut that. I'm going to do it a little shorter than 4 inches because I believe our mat was our picture was 4 inches. Okay, and then I will bring those bells up onto some foam tape as well. And we'll get these popped up just so we can see the dimension on our page. Thinking I don't want the tag sticking out the other end, so I'm thinking I'm going to do something like that. We did not get a foam sticker for that, so let's, okay. So I did have to dig into my stash a little bit to find something. I feel like I was missing something here. So what I was looking for specifically are little word phrases, little word stickers. So here's a tip. If you feel like you're not going to have journaling on this page, like I've already said, I'm not going to have journaling. One way to kind of still say what you want to say without having journaling is to bring in some of the word phrases. Okay. So I went into my stash and I was looking through some of my words, and these are what I came up with. And I liked this one because it's blue, and I'm going to put it right down here, and it says it's a wonderful life. And I thought that's perfect. It's just what I needed down here is to bring in a little bit of blue. Okay, I could have done the same thing maybe if I wanted to just layer up another piece of blue, but I do like the words being there. Okay, the other ones that I found, it says a very Merry Christmas, and I'm thinking I want to put this over here somehow. Now it has like a little hole for a tag, which I don't need, so I might trim that down a little bit, and so maybe up a little bit, maybe having it run like that, and then have this one overlapping it. I think even if it's covering up a letter or two, we could still figure out what it says. So I like that one there. And then the last one I have a blue one, a green one, and so I looked for a red one, and this one says special delivery. I'm going to do the same thing over there, and I'm going to tuck this one in somewhere. I don't want to cover up too much of my flowers because that was the whole point, right? So I just want to do something like that where you could still read it, but yet it's just tucked in there, kind of like a little bit of hidden journaling. And I probably will give this one a little fishtail since the other ones both have it. Let's see, the last thing I wanted to do is to see if I could use any of these. Let me open that up. Okay, I do like the red hearts. I think those are really pretty. I'll stay away from the silver because I didn't really use any silver on this. I don't really feel like I'm feeling the gold square. Had it been a circle, maybe. I don't want white, so I guess I'm leaning over here towards the red and the green. And yeah, I think I'm going to go with the little red hearts and just kind of put them around. Oh, maybe down here I could do a green one. I kind of like that area the way it is. And maybe a red heart up there. Okay, so let me get this all adhered down and figure out where I'm going to put these. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to show all three of our layouts from this round of keeping it simple. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I'm really loving this page. Okay, so what did I do? I adhered everything down in all three embellishment areas. Over here, I did add some gems, and I popped this up on foam, and then what I did was I tucked this stem in underneath, and then I put a little piece of foam tape only on the little portion sticking up right there, and I really love that. I haven't done that before where I've only done like half of the leaf, so it really kind of adds to the overall feel because it looks like it's lifted up onto the page. Okay, I did give this a fishtail on both ends. I think that came out great. And then down here, I just adhered everything the way it was when we left. And then over here, I did the same thing. I added a couple gems. And then I did the same thing with this little leaf that I did over here. Is I just put a little bit of foam tape underneath just to give it a little more dimension. So there we go. That's our third and final simple layout from our series. If you've been enjoying this series, please click the like button. That way I know that you guys enjoyed this, you got something out of it, and then maybe we can do this again with another design. Okay, so our design this time was our border and keeping everything simple. So let's go ahead and bring in the other two so that we can see. So the first day we did it with the border on the top, and we didn't add any embellishments to the top. We added our embellishments around the page, and it actually goes like this, okay? And then on the second day, yesterday, we did the same idea. We did our border at the bottom, and this time we kept our embellishments right on top of the border itself. You see there's plenty of room here if you wanted to do some more, but we wanted to keep these layouts simple. And then of course today we rotated that border to the side. We put our embellishments, 2 of them, onto the border itself, and then this embellishment cluster is just is not on the border. So that's our 3 different ways. One tip I wanted to give you also is, if I was packing to go to a crop and I knew I wanted to do these simple layouts, you saw in each video I selected 4 pieces of paper, 2 of which were my background piece, and then 2 others for making the borders and cutting borders out if that's what we're going to do. We had paper today left over that we could have used to make a cutout, but we made a cutout here instead. So you would just need to pack 4 pages. I would match my pages to my pictures, and think of those tools that you can take with you, those generic tools that you can use on any page, like our tag and our ribbon punch. And then pack the embellishments. If they came with the kit, that's great. Pack those along and use those, because you know that those will match up with the paper. And when we don't have embellishments like we did with this Hawaii layout yesterday, we just had to pack our flowers to go with it. Okay, so very simple packing. It just takes a little bit of pre-planning, and it would make it so that we got 6 pages done in a relatively short amount of time. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that series. Let me know if you want to do that again with a different page layout. Then when I come across something that I think is simple enough, then I'll share that. Okay, so let me know what you think, and until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.